Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. And we are so lucky Mr. Greg Dickerson has agreed to a fourth conversation this morning. How you doing, sir?
Doing great, Michael. Good to see you.
Nice, man. So, hey, I wanted to take a quote from that Jubilee interview that we talked about earlier, Rich versus Poor, is the economy rigged? And one of the topics, or I think they call them chapters, if you watch that video, is billionaires shouldn't exist. So without watching the video, without giving you context, let's pretend Elizabeth Warren just told you billionaires shouldn't exist. How does that hit you? How does that feel? What do you think?
Elizabeth who?
Elizabeth Warren, yeah. The senator. Actually, she just got COVID, apparently.
Yeah. So, it's like I said, and I think we talked about it before, you can't, stymie, entrepreneurship. You can't stymie creativity. The people that end up billionaires a lot of times are the ones that are creating opportunity for a lot of other people, creating value. Obviously, the bigger the problem you solve, the more value you create, the wealthier you can ultimately become. And, this is a country of free opportunity. We are a capitalistic, economy and society, and you just can't mess with that, because then you become China, you become Russia, you become these other countries that limit their ability to produce and create and solve problems. And what Elizabeth Warren's real problem is the tax system is not fair, the political system is not fair, and they're the ones that created it, so they need to fix it. It's the tax laws that are the legal tax laws that everybody's following to limit the amount of taxes they pay. I think Elon Musk is worth over 100 billion, and he's paying 10% of that in taxes. And I think prior years he paid a lot less than that because of the tax laws.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really, that's all they got to do. If they don't like the game, change the rules.
Yeah, exactly. I find Elizabeth Warren kind of funny. Just because she's going toe to toe with Elon Musk and they're trading Twitter tweets now and all these things. It's kind of comical to watch on the sidelines. But actually, I thought about that the other day, right? Billionaires. First off, a lot of billionaires become billionaires in their lifetime. They're self-made, right? And then you go back and you think about the billionaires, right? They created railroads back in the day, steel plants, right? They to your point, they solved huge problems, right? Elon Musk essentially he didn't create electric cars, but he kind of made them cool. He's gonna space tourism didn't exist. People didn't think he could do it. Boring. I mean, just the amount of the problems that you can solve. And if you get it right, there's just rewards. Right? And you're right. If you want to you want more taxes from the rich, change the tax code. So, again, a self-created billionaire should be celebrated, not punished, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the, entitlement mentality, that is really creating the problem and holding, people back in this country, is people like Elizabeth Warren, because, instead of saying, well, wait a minute, how can we make more people, like that, they are actually creating income inequality in the laws and the rules that they've actually created. And by trying to attack, and tax productivity and stymie productivity and, make it counter, productive for people to want to get out there and create, you take away somebody's incentive to create, they're potentially not going to do it. So instead of punishing, success, you should reward success. And the politicians are the ones that benefit a lot of times from success. They're getting paid off. They're giving out tax breaks and incentives and things like that to line their own pockets and, get things done that they want to get done. So, it's the politicians at the end of the day that are to blame for income inequality, for the tax system as it is. And, there are socialist governments out there that, that try to create equality across the board. And, everybody keeps coming here for a reason.
Yeah. I was just thinking as you were going through that, I was thinking about, because again, I'm a child of the 80s, right? So for us, the Cold War was real, right? I remember getting under my desk because of, this or that. And where I was going with this is I was just thinking, I don't remember anything kind of revolutionary or game-changing or life-changing coming out of Russia. Think about what the US has created just since the 80s. And I think that's just another sign that if you're a self-created billionaire, you should be celebrated. And I think you are, at least you were in the US, maybe now you're a target. But yeah, you are solving huge problems, right? The person who cures cancer, for example, should be a billionaire, right? I mean, it's just a warped way of thinking. I think the people that risk, work, and challenge and solve the big problems should be rewarded.
Yeah, and to attack success and punish success and penalize success and creativity and entrepreneurship, that just isn't the way to do it. It should be rewarded. Whereas a lot of times we reward nothing. We reward people staying home, not working, things like that. Now there's a lot of people that can't, and I'm all for a system that's very simple. We take care of those who can't. And that's our obligation to do as a nation together, is take care of those that can't take care of themselves, help others that cannot help themselves. But we absolutely do not want to be giving out handouts to fully capable people that should be out there producing, and creating. And we definitely don't want to de-incentivize productivity. And if you take away somebody's ability to earn, and you just have a caste system where, Michael, all you can do is this, and everybody's making the same, but you're going to do this and somebody's going to do that, takes away people's incentive to want to create and to want to do things. At that point, it's kind of pointless.
Yeah, totally agree. Well, I thank you for doing this topic. I was just curious what you thought. I appreciate it. Where can people find you?
Yeah, gregdickerson.com. That's where all my YouTube channel, podcast, everything, gregdickerson.com.
Very cool, folks. And lastly, if you wanted to ask Greg a question next week will be our last interview of the year. Leave your comments below. And if I like your question, I will have it be a topic next week. Thank you very much, buddy.
Yep. Good to see you.
Yep.